Creative visualization. Use the power of your imagination to create what you want in your life. By Shakti Gawain. Part 2. Using creative visualization. And this is a quote in the book. Ask, and it shall be given to you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh, receiveth, and he that seeketh, findeth. And to him that knocketh, it shall be opened. Matthew 7, verse 7 to 8. Making creative visualization part of your life. As you can see from part 1, the technique of creative visualization is not difficult. The important thing now is to learn to use it in a way that really works for you, that helps you to make positive change in your life. In order to use creative visualization most effectively, it's helpful to understand certain concepts and learn some further techniques. The most important thing to remember is to use creative visualization often to make it a regular part of your life. Most people seem to find that it works best to practice it as at least a little every day, especially when they are first learning. I suggest that you have a regular creative visualization meditation period for 15 minutes or so each morning when you wake up and each evening before sleeping. These are the times when it is most effective, as well as the middle of the day if you can manage that. Always start your meditation period with deep relaxation, then follow with any visualization or affirmations you wish. There are many different ways that creative visualization can be used, and it's up to you to remember to try them at appropriate times. Conscious creative visualization may mean a new way of thinking and a new way of living. As such, it will take some practice. Try it out in different situations and under different circumstances, and use it as often as you can for any type of problem solving. If you find yourself worried or puzzled about anything, or feeling discouraged or frustrated about a problem, ask yourself if there is a way you can use creative visualization to help you. Form a creative habit of using it at every appropriate moment. Don't get discouraged if you don't immediately feel totally successful with your creative visualization. Remember that most of us have years of negative thought patterns to overcome. It takes time to change some of these lifelong habits, and many of us have some underlying feelings and attitudes that can slow us down in our efforts to live more consciously. Fortunately, creative visualization is such an innately powerful process that even 5 minutes of conscious, positive meditation can balance out hours, days, even years of negative patterns. So be patient. It has taken a lifetime to create your world the way it is now. It may not necessarily change instantly. With preservation and a proper understanding of the process, you will succeed in creating what seem like many miracles in your life. 2 things I have found most important in my growth process with creative visualization are, number 1, regular reading of inspiration and supportive books that help to keep me in touch with my highest ideals and aspirations, and or that can give me encouragement through difficult times. I usually keep a book by my bed and read a page or 2 each day. Number 2, having a friend, or ideally a community of friends, who are also tuned into learning to live more consciously and who will support you and help you in your efforts. Attending regular or occasional consciousness classes or workshops, support groups, or therapy can be an important way of getting this type of support and giving it to others as well. In the following chapters, I give you many different techniques, ideas, exercises, and meditations. Choose the ones that feel right to you and seem to work for you. There are many different levels and approaches to the creative visualization process, and I have tried to include a wide variety of possible practices. In any given situation, one may be appropriate and another one may not. Follow the flow of your own energy and use the one that you feel drawn to. For example, in a certain situation, you may try to do affirmations and find that you simply can't repeat them, or you don't feel they are accomplishing anything. In that case, you might want to try a clearing process or get in touch with your inner guidance and ask for clarification, or just let go for a while and focus on other things. What works at one time may not at another. What works for one person may not work for another. Always trust yourself and your own deepest intuitive feelings. If it feels like you are forcing, pushing, exerting effort, or straining, don't do it. If it feels helpful, releasing, opening, strengthening, enlivening, or inspiring, do it. Being, doing, and having. We can think of life as containing 3 aspects, and we can call those aspects being, doing, and having. Being is the basic experience of being alive and conscious. It is the experience we have when we're fully focused in the present moment, the experience of being totally complete and at rest within ourselves. Doing is movement and activity. It stems from the natural creative energy that flows through every living thing and is the source of our vitality. Having is the state of being in relationship with other people and things in the universe. It is the ability to allow and accept things and people into our lives, to comfortably occupy the same space with others. Being, doing, and having are like a triangle where each side supports the other. They are not in conflict with each other. They all exist simultaneously. Often people attempt to live their lives backwards. They try to have more things or more money in order to do more of what they want so they can be happier. The way it actually works is the reverse. You must first be who you really are, then do what you need to do in order to have what you want. The purpose of creative visualization is to connect us with our being, to help us focus and facilitate our doing, to deepen, expand, and align our having. 3 necessary elements. There are 3 elements within you that determine how successfully creative visualization will work for you in any given situation. Number 1, desire. You must have a true desire to have or create that which you have chosen to visualize. Ask yourself, do I really in my heart desire this goal to be realized? Number 2, belief. The more you believe in your chosen goal and the possibility of attaining it, the more certain you will be to do so. Ask yourself, do I believe that this goal can exist? And do I believe that it is possible for me to realize or attain it? Number 3, acceptance. You must be willing to accept and have that which you are seeking. Sometimes we pursue goals without actually wanting to attain them. We are more comfortable with the process of pursuing. Ask yourself, am I really completely willing to have this? The sum total of these 3 elements is what I call your intention. When you have strong intention to create something, that is, you deeply desire it, you completely believe that you can do it, and you are totally willing to have it, it is very likely to manifest in your life in one way or another. The clearer and stronger your intention, the more quickly and easily your creative visualization will work. In any given situation, ask yourself about the condition of your intention. If it is weak or uncertain, look more deeply to see what your doubts, fears, conflicts, or concerns may be. Sometimes your hesitation may be an indication of feelings and beliefs that need to be acknowledged and healed. In some cases, hesitation may be an indication that this is not a truly appropriate goal for you. Contacting your higher self. One of the most important steps in making your creative visualization work effectively and successfully is to have the feeling of being connected with your inner spiritual source. Your spiritual source is the supply of infinite love, wisdom, and energy in the universe. For you, source may mean God, goddess, universal intelligence, the great spirit, the higher power, or your true essence. However we conceptualize it, it can be found here and now within each of us in our inner beings. You can think of contacting your inner source as connecting with your higher self, the wise being who dwells within you. Being in contact with your higher self characterized by a deep sense of knowingness and certainty of power, love, and wisdom. You know that you are creating your own experience of life and that you have the power to create the experiences most important and necessary for your own learning process. We have all had experiences of being connected with our higher selves, although we may not have conceptualized it in that way. Feeling exceptionally high, clear, strong, on top of the world, or able to move mountains are indications of being connected with your higher self. So is the experience of falling in love. When you feel wonderful about yourself and the world because your love for another human being is causing you to connect with your higher self. When you first become consciously aware of the experience of your higher self, you will find that it seems to come and go rather sporadically. At one moment, you may be feeling strong, clear, and creative. The next moment, you may be thrown back into confusion and insecurity. This seems to be a natural part of the process. Once you are aware of your higher self, you can call on it whenever you need it, and gradually you will find that it is with you more and more of the time. The connection between your personality and your higher self is a two-way channel, and it's important to develop the flow in both directions. Receptive. When you quiet your personality during meditation and come into a being space and open the channel for higher wisdom and guidance to come to you through your intuitive mind, you can ask questions and wait for answers to come to you through words, mental images, or personal or feeling impressions. Active. When you are experiencing yourself as the co-creator of your life, you make choices about what you desire to create and channel the infinite energy, power, and wisdom of your higher self into manifesting your choices through active visualization and affirmation. When the channel is flowing freely in both directions, you are being guided by your higher wisdom. And based on that guidance, you are making choices and creating your world in the highest, most beautiful way. Almost any form of meditation will eventually take you to an experience of your spiritual source or your higher self. If you are not sure what this experience feels like, don't worry about it. Just continue to practice your relaxation, visualization, and affirmations. Eventually, you will start experiencing certain moments during your meditations when there is a sort of click in your consciousness and you feel like things are really working. You may even experience a lot of energy flowing through you or a warm, radiant glow in your body. These are signs that you are beginning to channel the energy of your higher self. Here's an exercise in creative visualization that will help you tune into the feeling. You might wish to do this exercise regularly at the beginning of your meditation periods. Sit or lie in a comfortable position. Relax completely. Let all tension drain out of your body and mind. Breathe slowly and deeply. Relax more and more deeply. Visualize a light within your heart, glowing, radiant, and warm. Feel it spreading and growing, shining out from you farther and farther until you are like a golden sun, radiating love energy on everything and everyone around you. Say to yourself silently and with conviction, divine light and divine love are flowing through me and radiating from me to everything around me. Repeat this over and over to yourself until you have a strong sense of your own spiritual energy. If you wish, use any other affirmation of your own power, light, or creative ability, such as, God is working through me now. I am filled with creative energy. The light within me is creating miracles in my life here and now. Or use whatever phrase has meaning and power for you. Going with the flow. The only effective way to use creative visualization is in the spirit of the way of the Tao, going with the flow. That means that you don't have to exert effort to get where you want to go. You simply keep clearly in mind where you would like to go, and then patiently and harmoniously follow the flow of the river of life until it takes you there. The river of life sometimes takes a winding course towards your goal. It may even seem temporarily to be going in a different direction entirely, yet in the long run, it is more effortless and harmonious way to get there than through struggling and striving. Going with the flow means holding onto your goals lightly, even though they may seem very important, and being willing to change them if something more appropriate and satisfying comes along. It is the balance between keeping your destiny clearly in mind and yet enjoying all the beautiful scenes you encounter along the way, and even being willing to change your destination if life starts taking you in a different direction. In short, it means being firm yet flexible. If you have a lot of heavy emotions riding on whether you attain your goal, that is, if you will be very upset if you don't get what you want, you will tend to work against yourself. In your fear of not getting what you want, you may actually be energizing the idea of not getting it as much or as more than you are energizing the goal itself. If you do find yourself very emotionally attached to a goal, it may be most effective and appropriate to work first on your feelings about the matter. You may have to take a good look at what you fear about not achieving the goal and do affirmations to help you feel more confident and secure to help you face your fears. Example, the universe is unfolding perfectly. I don't have to hang on. I can relax and let go. I can go with the flow. I trust my own process. I always have everything I need. I have all the love I need within my own heart. I am a lovable and loving person. I am whole in myself. Divine love guiding me, and I am always taken care of. The universe always provides. You may find some of the clearing processes I give later helpful, and I refer you to my recommended resources section for books that may offer help and insight. Of course, it's perfectly okay to creatively visualize something to which you have a lot of emotional attachment, and it will sometimes work quite well. But if it doesn't, realize that you may be attempting to visualize something out of fear of what may happen if you don't get it. In this case, it's important to relax and accept your feelings. Accept the idea that you may not immediately realize your goal. Look more deeply into your fears and understand that resolving the conflict is probably an important area of growth for you and a wonderful opportunity to get to know yourself on a deeper level. At any time while doing creative visualization, if you get a feeling that you are trying to force or push something that doesn't want to happen, back off a little and ask your higher self whether or not this is really the best thing for you, or whether or not you truly desire it. You may not yet be truly ready for it, or the universe may be trying to show you something better that you haven't even considered. A man recently told me this story. A few years ago, he was trying to make it as a stand-up comedian. He brought this book and tried to visualize himself as a successful comedian. Try as he might, he simply couldn't get a clear picture or feeling of this happening. He took this as a message to re-examine his goal. After much soul searching, he returned to school and became a minister and a psychotherapist, which he loves. Now he is also a talk show host on a popular national television show that focuses on metaphysical and paranormal phenomena. This unusual combination of careers suits him perfectly. In this case, not being able to visualize what he thought he wanted helped him find a whole new direction in his life. This story is also a good example of how we may not know exactly what we want. We have to keep allowing the process to unfold.